Hope you're having a wonderful Monday. It's Monday, it's November for the 15th. And if you don't know me, I'm Nick Finzer, and tonight we are celebrating a brand new album that came out last Friday. Of course, I forgot to grab one. And this is the album. The album is called Out of Focus. The album is a collection of music that I recorded with some friends and by myself during the pandemic. Like so many people, trying to keep focus moving forward with some music during the course of all of the craziness. And tonight we're going to celebrate by not really reliving, but kind of sharing now that I know how to work all this equipment because I learned how to work all the streaming equipment over the last 2 years, and I wanted to be able to share some of this music and share it in a way that it was kind of created. So it was created in isolation, and here we are by myself to share this music, to talk about the music with all of you. And I just thought it was fitting, and I can play some of the music. I was able to get all my friends into the computer box and bring them to you today. So we're gonna play a couple of different pieces from that. We're gonna chat, I'll try to tell a few little stories about the album, and also take any questions, comments, concerns from all of you. As I can see all of the comments as they're coming in. But first of all, I just want to say thank you for coming tonight. Thank you for hanging out. Thanks for all your support over the years. It does mean a lot to have your support, to have your attention just for a few moments, whether online or in person. I really do appreciate it a lot. And it's a blessing that we're able to share music just despite however many viruses there might be going around, at least in this virtual context. So I thought I would start off by playing a solo piece for you all, and I'm going to start off by playing this tune. It's on the record. On the record, it's, let's see, it's track number 6, but we're going to play it first. It's a favorite J.J. Johnson composition that he wrote, and it's called Judy. All right, so that's a little bit of Judy, great J.J. Johnson tune. I see Jackson. What's up, Jackson? Hello. Thanks for checking out the record. I know he checked it out last week. He even posted on his social media about it. But if you haven't checked out the album yet, if you want to go ahead and do that, if you are a hard copy person, we have a special sale tonight. You can use the code Out of Focus, get 75% off. Today only. Tonight only. It'll go to the end of the night. So if you're watching this on Monday, November 15th, you can use it. If you're watching this on replay, unfortunately, it's only for those that showed up live. You can find the link to grab the album. It's down in the either in the Facebook post or it's in the description of YouTube. So if you want to check that out, I'll appreciate you doing that. Of course, all of that goes to just support the next record. And I'm already writing the next record, another different project, and I'm excited about that too. But so during the time in the pandemic, I had moments to think about some of my favorite music, to have moments to think about some of my favorite musicians that I wanted to collaborate with, and I decided to maybe see if I could get some people that I wouldn't normally be able to collaborate with and see if they'd be open to doing something. And it took me a long time. I kind of thought about it, and then about 6 months later, actually, got in touch with them, started talking to them, doing some arrangements. And I always wanted to do another version of one of my favorite standards. I recorded this with great friend from Juilliard, Joe McDonough. We have a 2-trombone quintet record called, what did we call that one? I forget. But anyway, we have a 2-trombone record. It's on streaming if you're interested. But we did a version of this tune called Stardust. And I decided I wanted to try to get one of my favorite bass players involved, and his name's Jay Anderson. We got to play with him a bit in New York with people like Ryan Truesdale's Gil Evans project. Also, he plays with Maria Schneider. He's played with everybody. And I've always wanted to hire him to do something, and he was gracious enough to lend his bass skills to this track, as well as Quincy Davis on the drums and his brother Xavier Davis. And Quincy and I both teach here at UNT, and his brother Xavier was one of my teachers at Juilliard, one of my professors, so it's kind of a fun little collection of people that we're able to get together. So without further ado, I'm going to turn turn over from solo mode to playing with the band here. And so one of the other side effects of creating this album and figuring out how to do live streaming concerts during all of this time was taking some of these tracks and actually making them able to be reused. So not only there's a version that's on the album here, out of focus. I'll just put it right there so everybody can see it. But then I can play, some other versions of the tune afterwards. So this is a little adaptation of the arrangement of Hoagie Carmichael's Stardust. Oh, all right, a little bit of Stardust for you this evening. Oh, I see a bunch of comments. Hello, friends. Oh, Doc says beautiful. Oh, thank you, Doc. Thanks, Margaret. Appreciate you both. Thanks for clicking on the stream, listening to some music. Appreciate you. Thanks, Frederico, for being here. Peter, digging on that Stardust arrangement. Thanks for being here. And John, thank you, thank you. Glad you guys can hang out tonight. Watch some music, play some music, listen to some music, whatever's happening with all of this. But that was Stardust off the new album called Out of Focus. What's up, Anthony? Thanks for being here. Good to see you too. Thanks for checking out the record. We're going to continue playing some music from that. Got a bunch more tracks kind of queued up here, but I'm going to keep it moving here. We're not talk too much, but if you are have anything you want to ask about the record, if you want to talk about any of the tracks, you want to ask questions, on Tuesdays I do a live stream where we do only Q&A, but well, that'll be tomorrow. But you know, if you guys want to chat about anything, I'm always happy to answer questions, and I can see everything popping up here on the chat. So feel free, you know, to make yourself known, and anything you might want to chat about as we go through this music tonight. And so let's keep it going. I'm going to switch gears here to one of my favorite Duke Ellington pieces that I've played a couple different times. It's always an interesting challenge, and it was originally a piece that he wrote for solo piano, and it was performed solo piano, and he originally wrote it for the Queen of England, and recorded it on a suite called the Queen's Suite, and it's since been performed by many people. You know, one of my teachers from Juilliard, Joe Temperley, recorded it before, and there's many beautiful versions of it. There's a Joe Locke, Kenny Barron version that's really nice. Anyway, this is a tune called Single Petal of a Rose, and in 2018 I had a record come out called Out of Focus. No, that's the new record, Out of Focus. It was called We the People, and on that I did it for 3 trombones and 3 bass clarinets and rhythm section. And unfortunately couldn't keep that band together. That was the only piece written for that instrumentation, I'm pretty sure. But I adapted it from its original solo piano version to a solo trombone version. So I hope you enjoy this version of Duke Ellington's Single Petal of a Rose. And this also appears in a solo version on the new record. Single Petal of a Rose by Duke Ellington. That's my version. A little intro, a little contemplation on Single Petal of a Rose. I see something here about from John. What does John have to say? John, did you play any other instruments on this album? know, on Out of Focus, I just played the trombone. So on there, if you're hearing bass trombone, it's one of two people. It's Reggie Chapman or Jennifer Wharton, two great New York City bass trombonists. If you're hearing bass, that's Jay Anderson. Drums is Quincy Davis, and then piano is Xavier Davis. So some great musicians that I finally was able to work with after a long time of not being able to actually hire them for anything. So it was a good chance to do that, and a good chance to make some music. So I know we slowed it down for a little bit there, get those solo trombone moments. Part of the whole, inspiration of this album, part of what I was working on as a player and as a musician was how do I create interest in just playing by myself? There might be no other time where I'm going to play by myself quite so much. And I wanted to figure out different textures. Obviously, we had these tracks that I've made with to play with people that I wanted to play with, some arrangements, and then obviously trying to do some solo stuff. On the record, I did that Judy tune, I did Single Petal of a Rose, and some other standards in a solo context. And just finding different ways to play the trombone by itself and let it kind of shine and play tunes and improvise. And so there's some arrangements worked out there, and some of it is just purely improvised. And you never know what you're going to get when I just start playing. And it's interesting because, like a pianist plays a lot of solo gigs, or they can play a lot of solo gigs, and they're kind of free to their own devices. But as a trombonist, we don't do that very often. And I'm not expecting that like a million people are about to call me and say, we want a solo trombone concert. But I just thought it was an interesting problem to solve, essentially. How to make something interesting with just myself. So this record is partly my attempt to do that and explore and push myself to be responsible to just play and just be me. So that's where this came from. So we're going to keep moving here. I'm going to go back and play another tune with the tracks. Let's hear a little bit from Reggie. I think I had forgotten that I had put together this track to be able to do in this format. But it's one of my favorite tunes. It's the opening track from the album. It's a great Kenny Garrett composition. It's a tune I've wanted to play for a long time. And I did an arrangement for the jazz trombone group here at UNT. And we played it last year on our trombone day, which coincidentally is also this Saturday. So if you're around, right here, same time, same place, this channel, Saturday, you can hear trombone music all day long, sponsored by Con Selmer. And you'll find more about that on my social channels. But we're focusing today on the new album. And so I was able to get Reggie Chapman to play with me, and we played a couple of parts. You'll hear from him blowing a little bit. You'll hear from him playing all the bass trombone stuff. So this is for 10 trombones, so 2 bass trombones, 8 tenors. I think that includes me playing now, so there might be 9 plus me playing live. Plus Quincy Davis on drums, so no bass on this, just trombones and drums. So this is off his songbook record, Kenny Garrett's songbook record. This one's called Sing a Song of Song. Okay, here we go. A little Kenny Garrett for you on this Monday evening. Thanks for joining us. If you're just joining, we have the album release event happening for the new album Out of Focus, and we're having. Oh, here we go. Look, hey Dana, what's up, Dana? CD arrived, and you listened to about 3/4 of it. Amazing, wonderful. I'm glad you could check it out. Yes, all the pre-orders went out last week. I guess it went out last week for the launch on Friday, November 12th. Is when the album went live. It's on streaming, whatever you want to do, check it out. Different versions than you're hearing tonight. Tonight's versions are sponsored by Today, and trying to try to have different ways to play these tunes. We got a couple more for you this evening. Thanks for being here. Thanks, Dave. Thanks, Giovanni. What's up, Brazil? Hey, Brazil. Thanks for watching. Thanks, David. Appreciate it. We've got a couple more tunes for you this evening. That was again Kenny Garrett. That was "Sing a Song of Song" from his songbook record from I think it was early 2000s. I forget exactly. Somebody in the comments, I'm sure, will let me know what I forgot in terms of the year of that Kenny Garrett record. But we're going to continue on with a few more pieces here. We're going to go back to the pen of Duke Ellington. I got to get something off my desk. I left my Pixie over here. Ugh. Promise, I'm coming right back. We're going to turn back to the pen of Duke Ellington. This is a piece from his Such Sweet Thunder Suite. And it's one of my favorite ballads. And I didn't learn it until the pandemic. I decided I was finally going to learn this tune. and be able to play it. And I've played it a few times. We played at the Side Door up in Connecticut, the Side Door Jazz Club, a couple weeks back with the band, the Sextet, and we played this tune for the first time there as well with the Sextet. But this is one of my absolute favorite ballads. And so on this one features a 5 trombone ensemble, including myself, playing all the instruments, doing the arrangement and all of that. So this is one of my favorite tunes. So this is called The Star-Crossed Lovers. And so if you know anything about Duke's Such Sweet Thunder Suite, you know that it's all based on the kind of themes, ideas around different Shakespeare plays. So this one, the Star-Crossed Lovers, is of course from Romeo and Juliet. So here we go with The Star-Crossed Lovers. There we have the Star-Crossed Lovers from, of course, the Such Sweet Thunder Suite, Duke Ellington. If you're new to the channel, if you're new to me and my music, you might not know that Duke Ellington is one of the most important figures musically in my development in the world of jazz. And as you can see, he's also watching over us from behind. He was one of the reasons that I started playing jazz. So we've got Duke over here, we've got Monk over here, giving us inspiration as we go on this evening. So I see some more people saying hello in the chat. Please feel free to say hello. Fabricio, hello. Thanks for joining us. What's up, Waldo? Thanks for joining us. Thanks for listening. Again, we are celebrating Out of Focus, the new album. Thank you, Anthony. And if you didn't see the code yet, if you're watching now, 75% off downloads, albums, if you're interested in that. Today only. Today is November 15th, so if you're watching the replay, sorry if you missed it. But this isn't a video for self-promotion. This is a video for music. This is playing some music, chatting about music, and talking about this album, Out of Focus. So I did a couple radio interviews about the album last week, and a question that kind of came up a bunch of times was, why did you call it Out of Focus? What is the title about? What's going on with that? So I think, like many people, the last 2 years have just been a blur, you know, and I am a very, I don't know if I would say I'm organized, but I have a lot of things that I want to do, and I try to plan them all out, and I try to, you know, be really on top of things, and, you know, doing teaching, running a record label, playing, practicing, having some kind of home life, all of those things together, that's a lot of stuff. So trying to organize it all and all of that, and just musically being disconnected from, you know, my band and the music and not being able to play with other people, my head was kind of in a fog and in a swirl. And so as I started to put these things together, I was like, man, it's all different stuff, and it's like Kenny Garrett, and it's Duke Ellington, and all that stuff, and it's just, you know, that's just me, you know, and so it's about a moment in time, you know, that everybody had, and so I decided to call it Out of Focus, because usually I'm super focused and have a very clear goal, and in this particular moment, that wasn't happening, so I decided to go a different direction. So if you're new to the channel, we've been doing a bunch of live streams here on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram. We're not on Instagram right now, but on Monday nights, we've been having a great series I like to call Office Hours, because we're in here in my studio at UNT, and we get some of the students to come in and we play some tunes. It's a great chance to get to connect with them and let them play a little bit, and get exposed to the world of online playing and streaming, and just play some of my music. So it's been a joy. And then on Tuesdays at 3 o'clock Eastern, we do Ask Nick, which is just a Q&A show talking all about jazz and trombone, and maybe some stuff about record labels and these kind of things. So we'll do that every Tuesday. So if you're around tomorrow, we'll be happy to answer your questions. Of course, you can feel free to drop them into the chat or into the comments right now, and I will see them. And I'd be remiss if I didn't show you for at least 1 second the poster. Sorry, this microphone, I'm moving it. But the poster for Jazz Trombone Day 2021. Jazz Trombone Day is our big event of the year here in the Jazz Trombone Studio at UNT, and that's coming up this weekend. And yes, we are live streaming for free anywhere in the world. You're going to hear some of the best trombone talent that you'll hear anywhere. We've got Ido Meshulam coming in from Los Angeles, who's played with Herbie Hancock and Wayne Shorter, and was part of the Monk Institute several years ago. And we're having Jeffrey Miller, a great New Orleans, now New York City-based trombonist, played with everybody from Wynton Marsalis to Ariana Grande and John Legend. And we have T.J. Norris, who's a great trombonist and bass player in New Orleans. He plays with P.J. Morton. He plays with the Dirty Dozen Brass Band. So you don't want to miss it. This coming Saturday, all day, 10 a.m.-ish till 9 p.m.-ish Central Time, so in UNT's time. But I want to thank everybody for coming tonight. I want to thank everybody for watching, and of course, all of you for listening to the music. It really means a lot. We're going to close with one other piece, sometimes you don't think about what you're listening to when you're maybe in high school, like something that was on repeat and something that got stuck in the CD player of my car, and I actually still really love this album, but it was Pat Metheny's Bright Size Life album. And I didn't realize how much music I absorbed from listening to that album on repeat for years and years and years, and how much it actually affected kind of my compositional style until recently. Even after I recorded this on this record, it was a tune that I liked, and I played it a couple times on the tour with Chris Ziemba, a great pianist. We played this tune, recorded a duo version of it, but I didn't realize like how much his like concept of chords and harmony I had absorbed kind of naturally, I guess, or through osmosis. And so I watched a couple interviews with him over the last few months on YouTube, and there's a lot of him talking about different chord inversions and different nerdy music stuff. But it was super interesting. I was like, wow, like that's how I write, and it's because I probably listened to his music like for all those drives a lot of times. So I decided I wanted to include this record, and again, this has got Quincy Davis on drums, Xavier Davis on piano, and Jay Anderson on the bass. And we're going to close this evening's concert with this version of Bright Size Life. And I'll be here after to say hello, to say goodnight afterwards. But hey, John, thanks for tuning in from Warren, Michigan. Thank you. Hopefully your CD got there. I know I sent yours out too. If not, it's in the mail. It should be there soon. Let's see. So we've got to get this track back to the beginning. And unfortunately, this one has a count off. But I think we'll all survive. You get to hear my sweet count off skills. But yeah, so here we go. Thanks again for being here tonight. I'm really glad to connect with everyone, to share this music. Again, the album is Out of Focus. This is the album here. And you can grab it wherever you want to grab it. Like I mentioned, there is a discount code right now. You can see that there. Effective today only. So if you want to share it with a friend, holidays are around the corner, whatever. But yeah, here we go. We're going to close out tonight's concert with a little Bright Size Life. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Thank you for listening. Thanks for stopping by. I'm glad to connect with everyone tonight. The album is Out of Focus, streaming now, out now, everywhere now. And yeah, we'll be back with live streams very soon. Tomorrow, back with Ask Nick on this channel. And then on Saturday, we have Jazz Trombone Day right here from UNT. So stay tuned. I'll be playing a recital first thing, 10 a.m. Great jazz time. 10 a.m. Central, so 11 a.m. Eastern, whatever time zone you're in, you can figure it out from there. But excellent. Anthony, thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow and see many of you in the future. So thanks again for all of your support over the years. I appreciate you all very, very much, and appreciate you tuning in to check out some music. Have an amazing night. Have an amazing week.